we against the Communist Party. Chinese Communist Party is very evil. They put the young people, innocent young Muslim people, into the concentrated camp. They force them to work for government free, and they do the forcefully organ harvest. They take the organ away and sell to the rich people. They are very terrible. You do the people like the animals.
So what do you think people should do?
In this country, most of the Communist Party's money is coming from your pocket. Made in China products sell your market. You should boycott made in China, by Communist Party. You should realize this problem and tell your friends.
The people have to prove you are right.
Yeah.
Until you will not prove, until you will not be strong, until you will not do good thing, and you will not make your position, nobody will listen to you. So
First, I tell you that your industry already destroyed. In this country, your metal manufacturing, your industry was destroyed. Your manufacturing capability was destroyed. So you should understand this is very dangerous for your countries. The Chinese Communist Party will take control of your supply chain, will take control of your government. They use the slave label. 1.4 billion people live in China, but only 100 million people was a member of the Communist Party. Communist Party used the slave label to destroy your industry, your manufacturing capability, and then they will take control of your supply chain, and that secretly, undertably. Yeah, hello. Yeah, how are you?
I'm good. Just listening.
Wife's here. Yeah. So they will use their power, take control of your supply chains, take control of your supply chain, and secretly take over your government powers. Today you buy made in China products made by Communist Party. You are financing Communist Party. In the futures, you will pay your price. You will pay your. That's not mine. That's not mine. You will pay your price. What's your price? Your children and grandchildren will become slave of the Communist Party. When Chinese Communist Party take control your government, they will copy dictatorship and totalitarian regime come to your countries. Put your children and your grandchildren into concentrated camp. That's happened. There is a 3 million Muslim young people was put into the concentrated camp in Xinjiang area, northwestern area of China. 3 million young people like this age, 18 years old, 19 years old. They was put in the concentrated camp and they was work for government free. That's why made in China cheap, because those products was made in prison, made in concentrated camp. Hello, hi. You are Muslim. You should understand your brothers was suffering in China. Your brother, your sisters was suffering in China. A lot of the Chinese Muslim. Why? They are obviously they looks like different. They looks like different with the normal Chinese people. So they are very easy identified by the Chinese policeman. Those people cannot talk each other on the street. If those Muslim people talk each other on the street, over 3 people talking each other on the street, 3 people was put into the concentrated camp. There is no freedom in China. Totally. They ban public talking. If you live in China, in Xinjiang area, Muslim people, there is 3 people talking on the street. They will be arrested and put into the concentrated camp. That's happened every day in Urumqi, in Xinjiang area. Those people was very suffering, very terrible. When they put in the concentrated camp, they work for government free, and they will test their blood every month. They send blood sample to the hospital to match with some people's need organ transplant. When you're lucky, you match with some people they need organ transplant. They will sell your organs, open your body, send you to hospital, win your life, open your body, take your kidney away, take your liver away, and sell your organ to the rich people. The rich people spend 1 million pounds to buy your organs. You know, those prisoners, those inmates, they are innocent people. They are normal people. They are young. They are Muslim peoples. They have nothing to do wrongs. They have nothing to do wrongs. You know, they have nothing to do wrongs. They was put into the concentrated camp because they have the talking on the street over 3 peoples. You know, that is Communist Party. Communist Party treat their own people like animals. Like animals. They don't think the people is the people. They don't think how people have the human rights. They don't have the people have the human rights. Hello. Hello, my friend. Hello. You know, you should understand. In this world, you should stop financing Communist Party. Financing Communist Party. Most of the money of the Communist Party money is coming from your pocket. But Communist Party is never focused on a little money from your pocket. They are trying to take control of your government. Take control of your government. Hello, my friend. Hello. Hi. You cannot distract my speech. Yeah. Okay. You know, next week, Trump and Putin will have the meeting in Alaska. In Alaska, I tell you, there is ongoing deal, on their table, ongoing deals.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, this guy distract my speech, so I'm waiting for him finish. I talk about the anti-communist party, against the communist party. This is my party is the Liberal Democracy Party. You know, Communist Party ruling China for 75 years already. That's a big problem for whole Chinese people. Preserve my culture. I tell you that what's the purpose to educate the people? What's the purpose for educating the people? Yeah, but I tell you that communism was made in UK, made by German. His name is Karl Marx. Communism have nothing to do with Chinese culture. Our revolution, our civilization have nothing to do with socialist communism.
Where you go, where you
China is the largest economy in this world for thousands of years. Yes, we are very strong before. in China. Where is China? So we don't need the communists. We don't need the communists. We should overturn our communist regime. Our communist regime treat people like animals. We should respect the people's human rights. Yes, are you a Muslim? Yes. There is millions of the people was put into concentrated camp. What's the reason? Why they put in the concentrated camp like these people? If they talking on the street, over 3 people, they will put in the concentrated camp. Yeah, in the Urumqi, in the Xinjiang area, it's very dangerous. Like you talk with me, or 3 people, we will arrest.
You against the CCP?
Yeah, I'm against the Communist Party.
Why? I don't understand. Why?
Communist Party is very bad. They treat people like animals. Like animals. We should revolution. We should make revolution in China. We should overturn Communist Party regime. Yeah. The Chinese people was put in, brainwashed from 6 years old. They only get education unconditionally obey the government instruction, unconditionally loyalty to the government. Those people never enjoy democracy and freedom. They never think about like you eat bread every day. You never try rice, never try vegetable, never try the meat. You think rice is only food. In China, is that happen? From 6 years old to the 24 years old, those people would brainwash every day for over 20 years. So they don't know what's the freedom. They don't know what's the democracy.
Under the CCP, China is doing well now. So I think the government
It's not good. Not good.
it's becoming
Why?
the strongest economy.
China was the strongest empire, largest economy in this world for thousands of years. Han Dynasty, Song Dynasty, Yuan Dynasty, Ming Dynasty, Qing Dynasty. Thousands of years, China is largest economy. China's successful has nothing to do with the Communist Party. That's based on the Chinese population, huge territory, 5,000 years civilization, non-stop civilization. It's nothing to do with the communism or socialism. Before the communists come to China, what's the?
Opinion poll, statistics say people are not statistics or opinion.
I tell you that if you go to street talking with 2 people on the street, you have to arrest, go to the police station, and put into the jail. You cannot have 3 people talking each other on the street. That's a liberal. That's a liberal. That's a liberal. Hong Kong, a lot of the descendants was arrested and put into the prison. Half of the Hong Kong people, they move to other countries. They immigrate to the other countries. Those people have the problem. They already leave. They don't stay in Hong Kong.
So what do you want for to achieve if people are trying to be free? How free do you want someone? If someone is too free, there's chaos, there's anarchy. There needs to be liberal.
What's a too free? What's a too free?
There is too free. You want
Free of the freedom of the speech, freedom of the publication. You can have your own opinion. You have your opinion. Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone wants their children to see them. There's control there. LGBT is free. People are free.
If you look at LGBT closely, it's being promoted.
Yeah, in China it's not.
In China we don't have the LGBT. If you are LGBT, you will be discriminated by the most of the population. Yeah.
A lot of people don't like LGBT, but you can see this power that's promoting it. Go to the libraries, the schools.
Some people do not want to learn about this because it's not in God's nature to learn about it.
How free, basic free. You have the freedom, you have the democracy. You don't worry about you be arrested by the people, by the policeman. Have no reasons. in the Xinjiang area, if three people talking each other on the street, they will go to the prison. You know, or you go to prison, you have the 20 years sentence, and you work for government free. You know, and you will open your What's too much free? I stay in this country for over 2 years. I live in the United States for 10 years. I don't think that is too free.
What is the problem?
It's a lot of free. Yeah, a lot of free. That's a basic human rights. The human rights. It's human rights. Free is a human right. You have to express your idea.
So you're out of against it.
It's not too free. You have your freedom. You have a freedom.
That's the respect.
You cannot humiliate other people. You do not invade other people.
You can do it and you can get
You
away
cannot
with it.
do.
So where is the life?
Who said you can hit other people? You can be free. No. Human rights is you respect other people first. It's not free. But if you talk with some people on the street and you also arrest them and put into prison, that's not free. That's not free.
It depends what your objective, your clandestine plan is.
They don't care about that. They only care about if over three people talking each other on the street, they'll put you into the concentrated camp.
I agree, that's not true. That's not
They thinking you are talking against the Communist Party. You are thinking you are talking against the government.
So it's a dictatorship that's right there.
Yes, dictatorship. You're right. You should order. A solution is in this country. You should boycott made in Communist Party. Boycott made in China products. Make your industry survive. Make your industry survive. If you lose your choice, you will become dependent country of Communist Party. Your children and your grandchildren will put into the concentrated and the prison as a slave.
Robots will come and they will help. That's the truth.
They will help.
They will help. They'll make life.
Firstly, they use the cheap products to destroy your industry, destroy your manufacturing capability, and take over your government power, and put your children, your grandchildren into the prison. That's their purpose. They will enslave your children.
UK, the whole UK decided to stop buying from China.
Not dependent on boycott made in China. That's your responsibility.
Made in India. Made in India.
Yeah, of course. Do not make the made in China become the monopoly. If the made in China become monopoly, they won't cheap anymore. They will become very expensive. No one can be cheap when they become monopoly. Do you understand me? Monopoly. Monopoly, what that means? Yeah. Monopoly. Yeah, monopoly. This monopoly never won't change animals. They will put into the.
Supercharge everyone in the world as a human being. Yeah, from China, India, Brazil. Need to supercharge
The solution is that they need to rise up against the government, the Chinese people. The UK can't do anything. You know, back in the day, maybe.
Globalization is a disaster for UK. You know, you lose your supply chain security. You lose your supply chain security. You lose your independence of the industry. You lose your independence of the political. You lose your power independence. When you become dependent country of Communist Party, you will lose everything. Your children, your grandchildren will put into the prison. You know, next week, the Trump and Putin will have the meeting in Alaska about the Ukraine war, right? Next week, Trump, President of the United States, and Putin, President of the Russia, they have the meeting will have the meeting in Alaska. Talk about ceasefire in the Ukraine war, right? Actually, I tell you that United States people don't care about Ukraine. Russia people, they want the whole Ukraine. So the strategic purpose for United States is to appease Russia. Let Russia to stop cooperation, strategic partners with China. You know, United States can give Eastern Ukraine to Russia, can give whole Ukraine to Russia. Only if Russia promise to stop cooperate with the communist China. Yes, that is the true purpose for that meetings. That meeting is not focused on the Ukraine wars. What should we do? I tell you that for you have the responsibility boycott made in Communist Party. Yeah, boycott made in China products. Boycott made in China products. That's your responsibility to invent, to prevent the made in China become monopoly in this world. You know, yeah, I know that you have your choice. You must keep your choice. Make your industry survive. I don't say you don't buy that 100%, but you rely on you keep your choice. Keep your choice. Do not depend on whole supply chain from China. In that case, Communist Party will take control of your supply chain, take control of your government power. They will become monopoly. They will put your children and grandchildren into the prison. You know, a lot of the Chinese people, the young kids, was put into prison. They work for government free, the slave labor. Communist Party, they take advantage of the 1.4 billion slave labor people. They use that power to destroy whole world industry, destroy whole world manufacturing capability. They use that power to destroy your democracy and its freedom. They will take over your government power.
Okay, tell me one thing as an individual I can do it right now, here, right here.
Reduce your boycott made in China. That's your responsibility. You have to do that. Keep your choice. Keep your choice.
How? As an individual, I have to
Boycott made in China products. That's your responsibility. Firstly, you should realizing you have to do that. You have to do. You know, in AHS system already banned all the products made in China, all the pharmaceutical and AHS system. Your national healthy system is already banned. That's related with you. You know, your government can realize that's a situation, dangerous situation. Why not you? Why not you? You should understand. Made in China become monopoly in your countries. That will slave your children. That will slave your children.
What's another solution? Because everything is made in China now. We can't stop buying their products. What's a different solution?
In the past 40 years, your government, your politicians make big strategic mistake. They use globalization to help China to occupy your market, to destroy your industry. That's your strategic mistake. You should remedy. You should change this situation. You know, you should realize that's a situation. That's a dangerous situation.
They tried to because, like, let's say, they want to make something locally, but it costs more to make it locally than to import it. And if the government here doesn't put tariffs to stop that from happening, there's no way you're going to make money.
Yeah. Hello, my friend. Do not distract my speech. Just now I make speech. You come in to talk with all my audience. Sorry. Bye. 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 So you know that is very, very. You should understand. In the past 40 years, your government make mistake. Now you should realize that China used the power to destroy your industry. You know, a lot of people in these countries, they have a private car, right? Private car is much expensive than public transportation. Public transportation like made in China products. But why? A lot of people choose their own private car. They keep their private car, keep a choice look after their family. Why? Why not? When you buy the shirt, it's much cheaper. Buy your shoes, it's much cheaper. Well, you must buy the cheap ones. Why not? You can choose keep your industry survive. Why not? Why not?
Government does try to protect local industry because there's certain, like I say, for instance, you don't see the Chinese car BYD everywhere here.
But you know, but in these countries, the people keep private cars. They don't use public transportation.
Because sometimes you cannot rely on public transportation. You have
Yes.
own car.
That's why you cannot rely on the made in China products all the time. You know, that's a big problem. You know, your government will lose power. Your government will lose power. Yes, stay away from you. You blocked by will. Yes, that is very dangerous. You know, you can keep choice. Make your private cars. Can keep your private cars. You can keep away about public transportation. Made in China products like public transportation, right? Private car like made in UK. Made in China is transportation, the public transportation. But why you choose private car? That's you keep your freedom, keep your choice. When public transportation break down, go have the problem, you can choose your private cars. Private cars cost you 10,000 pounds per year, more than maintenance, more than. Why? Why you buy hat? Why you buy glass? Why buy your shirts? It's much cheaper, 2 pounds, 3 pounds, 10 pounds. But you want to cheap. You want to choose the cheap products. Why? Why? Yes, I know that. I know that. But made in China is dangerous. I tell you that. Why? In the global pandemic, in your countries, 500,000 people die. In United States, 1 million people die. But in China, no people dies. You should understand there is some under table deal ongoing. You know, all the NHS system, they buy all the medical stuff made in China. Why? Why? I give you assumptions, just assumptions. All the mask was poisoned. You have the problem. All the mask was poisoned. You have the problem. But I don't talk about this. It's just exceptions. I don't talk about that. This is a big problem. I have no evidence. But this one, I tell you that in the future, your children and your grandchildren will put into the prisons. The Communist Party take control of your country. They take control of your supply chain. Do you understand? You have no choice buy mask from other sources.
Prime Minister, I will do all that.
You should understand. But in that global pandemic, you have no choice. All the masks made by China. That's why you get disease. Your grandfather, your grandparents, your parents die. But there is no people die in China. You should realize they will use the power to kill your peoples.
I saw on TV people were dying.
That's fake. In China, the TV, all the fake. All the information is fake.
I saw them blocking the whole building, like blocking them inside so they couldn't get out.
I don't talk about the global pandemic. I come from China. That is dangerous situation, and my family is still in China. I don't talk about that. But I tell you that you should realize your supply chain take control by Communist Party is dangerous. You have your responsibility to boycott made in China, make your industry survive, make your manufacturing capability survive. Yes. Yeah.
Who poisoned the masks?
I don't know. We don't talk about that. Yeah.
That's the point I was trying to get to.
You know, you should understand the situation is very.
The mask was poisoned during pandemic.
No, they're poison or they're just bad for you because I saw.
No, he said he poisoned. Who done that?
Who done that? Who make the mask?
No, I don't believe you. I think you.
Who make the mask?
You are against China and you want to say something. I don't think.
Yeah, yes, you're right. I see some things against the Communist Party because I have my own parties. So yes, So I tell you that
Hang on. You said something that you deny now. You said the mask during pandemic was poison. Who done that?
who done that? Who make it? Who done that?
No, but you are wearing
Who make it?
You do have poison.
Who make it? Only the makers can done that.
Yeah, but-
it's hard to say all of them are
But
poison.
who are wearing it during the pandemic? Nobody poison.
No more poison. You had 500,000 people die in this country.
No, that's not true. You talking
Because of the virus.
not true.
There's 1 million die in the United States.
I think you should talk about something.
I talk about that today. The topic.
Than mask.
Yeah, a lot of the. Yeah, you should understand. When you get the dangerous, when your supply chain take control by Communist Party, they will put your children and your grandchildren into the prisons. Like there is a lot of innocent people, a lot of not normal people were put into the prison. Made in China cheap. Why is it cheap? It's made in the prison, made in the concentrated camp. A lot of Chinese people suffering. They're suffering a lot. You enjoy the cheap products, but today you buy made in China products, cheap products. But in the future, it's not a no Chinese problem. That's your problem. Chinese problem. Chinese Communist Party's money is coming from your pocket. You buy made in China. You financing Communist Party. You make the Chinese people become slave labor. If you don't buy the made in China products, the Chinese people want to become the slave labor.
Why America didn't do anything about it until now? 20 years now. And they keep quiet about it.
Keep what?
Why America didn't do anything until now?
American, you know, 15 years before I work American company, they invest 400 million US dollar in China, set up the most largest and most advanced battery manufacturing plant in China. They closed 3 plants in the United States. Today, all the United States tank, all United States truck, all the United States railway, they use made in China bearing, mechanical components. You know, today, all the United States airplane, they use made in China bearings. What happened when United States have the war in the Taiwan Strait? Chinese supplier stopped supply bearing to the United States.
Trump was
They
right.
cannot. Their tank cannot move. Their truck cannot move. Their airplane cannot move. That is the problem. You know, United States supply chain was controlled by the Communist Party.
I think what did Trump do is right now.
You're right. You're right. You're right. Even made in UK, made in US is more expensive. But you keep your choice. You keep your choice. Keep your freedom. Keep your democracy survive. If you lose your industry, you lose your industry. You lose your manufacturing capability. You will lose your freedom. You will lose your democracy. Yeah, a lot of most people. Yes. You know, I tell you that next week there is Putin and Trump have the meeting in Alaska. In Alaska, you know, the United States people never care about Ukraine wars. Even they say they want to stop Ukraine wars, but they never care about the Ukraine people. They never care about the Ukraine war. But why? They have the meeting with Putin in Alaska next week.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Yes, I tell you that there is a very important for the United States government. They want use Ukraine land to exchange. Russia stay with the Communist Party, with Communist China now, right? They are strategic partner with China. Russia and China stay together. United States wants to break the China and Russia strategic partners. They will. There is under table deal will ongoing. United States will give Eastern Ukraine, even whole Ukraine to Russia, make Russia happy. And only Russia promised to break with China.
Just to break with China.
You know, China and Russia, there is two groups fighting each other on the global stage. One is United States lead NATO group. Another one is China lead China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea group. If United States won't win, the key point is break China and Russia. I'm against the Communist Party. I hope this deal down. You know, Communist Party make a lot of troubles for Chinese people. You know, they brainwash young kids since 6 years old until 24 years old. Whole education system was brainwashed. All the people never enjoy education. They was brainwashed every day. Unconditionally loyalty to the government. Unconditionally obey the instruction from government. Those people become silly. Chinese people become silly, become like the tourists.
Success. China becoming a superpower, challenging America. I know it must have changed a lot of things, education, demography of China.
Yeah.
But don't you think it's a success? China bringing billions of people, if not billions, hundreds of millions of people out of poverty.
You know, yeah.
It's a success. You don't give any credit to that.
Communist Party, communist. You know, China is the largest economy, strongest empire in this world for thousands of years. China's successful is based on the huge territory, large population, and 5,000 years non-stop civilization. Have nothing to do with communism. You know, in the Tang Dynasty, 1,000 years before, yeah, Song Dynasty, Yuan Dynasty, Ming Dynasty, even Qing Dynasty, 200 years before. China is the strongest empire, largest economy in this world. There is nothing to do with the Communist Party. Communist Party come to our country only 75 years, and the Communist was made in UK, made by German. His name is Karl Marx. China's successful is nothing to do with communism. No matter who managing China, China will become largest economy. Chinese people will grow up, become the largest, strongest countries. You know, no matter who is managing China. I tell you that all the history, all the country, they have the historical circle. You have the peak time, you have low point, you have high point, you have low point. So that is in the 50 years before, China was a low point. No matter who managing China, is a very bad situation. His historical circle, you should remember that no one can keep on the high point forever.
Had the communists not united, not brought 75 years ago, you think there was not a chance that China would go back to different dynasties, they fight each other?
No, I just tell you that in the 1960s, 1961 to 1963, there is 80 million people starved to die in China under Communist Party regime. In 1970s, Cultural Revolution, 50 million people was illegal killed.
Are you saying that China should go back to democracy?
No, China should go to the democracy and freedom. Liberal Democracy Party. That's why I have this party. Liberal Democracy Party. China should have the freedom. Chinese people deserve the freedom.
What's your name, sir? Your name?
My name is Alan. Yeah. Chinese Liberal Democracy Party is my party's name. Yeah.
Your name is not in English here somewhere.
No, I don't put my name over there. Yeah. That's my party's name. Yeah. Thank you.
You have an English website?
Yes, yeah. This is the website.
Lovely chatting to you.